No Kimber?
She's with her mom. I'm not sure. She said that she was going to try to pop in, but she wasn't sure if she would be able to.
Okay. Um, yeah, but that's cool, Debbie. I think Shane and I are gonna play a game of Magic once a month. Maybe it'll be a game sometimes. Maybe sometimes we'll do a battle jam where people come on and look at Magic cards. I just wanted to have like Magic the Gathering in the mix, you know,
Yeah,
systematically because it is one of our things we do. So
that's cool. Yeah, he started it from the very get go when they started. When was that? It was in the 80s sometime.
wow, he's been playing a long time. Yeah, there was a card that I played wrong, and he was like, "You got to play it like this." And I was like, "Oh my god, you're one of those guys who knows all the cards." But then he said he was looking up the cards while we went, so that's cool.
Yeah.
How was it? How did your class go?
My class went. I just finished my last one for the eight week class. It was great. It was one of my favorites. It was great. I only had two students, but they were just so awesome, and so they're looking forward to the next classes that I'm doing, which is going to be in April for the intermediate.
Interesting. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
have like a few students, I think it's nice to think of yourself as a mentor, not necessarily like it's a teaching class, but it's also like a mentorship, of they,
Yeah, and they were on the same level, and that's always great because sometimes you have people who are like don't know anything, and then then you have the other person in there who's on the other level of it, and they're like telling them, no, you got to do this, and so
yeah, yeah.
this was fabulous. It was a really great class.
Let me
Um,
text Daisy because like, are you okay? That's what I'm
mm.
gonna say. Um,
And you have your class coming up Saturday.
I just had class last Saturday too. Yeah, I'm teaching some Saturdays. Are you
Great.
coming to the meeting? To the meeting? Um, Yeah, last week was really busy. The first few ones I did were small, and then this one I was pretty big. But it's always hit or miss with classes, right? It's like the topic plus there could be a holiday. Like it's always different. So
It is always different. There's always like it kind of has a life of its own sometimes.
well, and I think one of the things about producing events, whether it be classes or any event, is you have to be okay with small numbers and still have an open heart about it because, when I have a small class, like I have to maintain like this happened in my in-person class last week. There was only like two or three people all of a sudden, and usually we have six. And I was worried. I felt like I'd offended one of the students or something. Like I just worried. Like I felt it. Like did I do something wrong or
We're sensitive people. I do the same thing too. Did I do right? Did I do okay?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it's always different. The one thing, do you find this to be so when you have a class, isn't there like a common factor astrologically with them? Like,
Yes.
isn't
Yes,
that wild?
yes.
Isn't that wild?
My whole Monday night crew has something at three Scorpio because Pluto in Aquarius is squaring that three Scorpio degree, and there's like all five of them have a planet at three Scorpio. It's crazy.
I know. It is amazing. It really is amazing.
I had 8 people in my class this weekend, and everyone was either Cancer moon or Virgo moon, and then there was just one Aquarius moon. I was
Hmm.
like, this is
Yeah.
bizarre.
And they're the standout, so they're like, what's going on?
Yeah, but then it made it easy for me to use examples because I was like, this will apply to half the class. So
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
JC, did you forget or were you doing something else? We were all like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah, no, I got busy doing something else, and I can't believe it is 8 o'clock already. I just didn't realize that time moved so quickly.
It's because we talked an hour ago.
Yeah, yeah. It. I thought I had enough time anyway between things, but evidently did not. Sorry about that being late, everybody.
did you guys have a show?
No, we had a meeting because we didn't weren't able to meet Sunday because I went to the gem fair. So we always meet on Sundays. So then we met today.
How was the gem fair?
Oh my god, it was so good. I got so many little gems. I mean, for because I'm building like hundreds of keychains. You know what I mean? So, but I like I'm using this like $8 kit I got at Michael's, which has just like regular beads, but
Oh,
the
wow.
gem fair is like ups it to like a really shimmery level, you know. So there'll be some really shimmery keychains. I just love gems. Like my Venus Square Jupiter loves gems and jewels. Like, oh my god, like they're
Me
so
too.
gaudy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you have the Venus sextile Jupiter, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Alexander, how are you?
I'm good. I mean, that's generic. I'm doing well. My personal life is okay, even though we're watching the slow decay of democracy. I'm okay.
How was your size 17 movie yesterday?
It was long.
Was
It's
it too
almost three
long?
hours long. It was not what I expected. I was surprised, at which was kind of hard.
Hmm.
And it was visually stunning, and it was in 70 millimeter film, which I dearly love, and so all of that was good.
Nice.
And if a person who gave me a free ticket had not given me a free ticket, it might not have been a movie I would have decided to go see. But I'm glad I went.
The barbecue was an absolute rager,
Oh, nice.
just so you know.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
good.
It was
Lots of
wild.
people, music.
Well, then we played one song at the end, but it was like 40,000 conversations in three different rooms. It was just like there was a lot of people and they were just having a blast. So that's the barbecue report.
That's good. I will probably be at the next one. I think I have your. I have it right here, so I can show you.
If you guys lived in town, you would obviously be invited to the barbecue. Oh,
I
the
have this
Maury.
that
Mule of
that
Matrimony.
we marked during the wedding.
Yeah.
So, oh, it's backwards. I won't forget. I'll bring it to the next one.
Oh no, wait, that's for you. There's 10 of them printed.
No. This is the one we marked during the wedding when you rolled.
Oh, okay, okay, interesting.
So
Okay.
I have that, and I have the marker that we use. That's the one that's specific to whomever rolled. I have your initials
Oh,
for
okay.
you and for Shane.
Okay, interesting. Well, we have one production report today, which was that we have a new person coming in the mix, which is Canary. And Jay Z and I looked at his composite chart with everyone on the crew to see how people would receive him.
And
Well, a lot of good mixing. Jenna has a Sun Square Mars with him in the composite, so there's like a little bit of like aggressiveness there. So I think it was which could be fun. You know what I mean? If we play with that energy. There was other things in the composite that were really good with you and him. Like you guys had like a Moon trine Jupiter trine Pluto or something. Like there's some good things, but that Sun Square Mars is in there too.
That
Um,
would be a good hiring process for companies.
Oh, 1000%. We are a company and we are looking at hiring Canary. No, I'm just kidding.
We're setting up interviews next Tuesday. Could you bring your chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jay Z, what did you find with the Canary mixings?
Oh yeah, it was cool. Like I think that he and I had this great like Jupiter, Sun, Venus thing.
You had Sun, Mercury, Venus conjunct.
Oh yeah, Mercury. That's right. And that was kind of interesting too about how we yeah. I
Yeah.
thought it was really kind of cool, all the different mixes with him. Alexander, you have a pretty good mix with him too.
I know you at
What does
first
that mean?
meeting-
A pretty good mix. What does
It
that mean?
actually looks like you and him might get married. Like your Sun Moon were conjunct. No, I mean it means that if you spend time with the person over time, you are alchemized into something good. Even if your first impression of them isn't necessarily good, that the alchemy of you and two informing each other's life will end up being a very good thing. That's why to look at the composite, not necessarily like the first meeting, because it is what happens when the two mix, you know. Um, but Jesse, you also had a Moon trine Jupiter with him as well, which is very emotionally uplifting. Even you and Debbie, you had a good composite chart with him too. I mean, obviously there's mixings, and everyone could look at their own composite chart with him more
I
thoroughly.
don't know his chart, so
Okay, I'll ask him if I can share it. I mean, and if he's really going to be part of the crew, he's going to have to be comfortable with his chart being shared wildly. But um, I don't know that he'll be at production meetings and stuff like that. Like what's starting to happen is he and I are starting to do more and more episodes because there's a lot of things I would like to talk to him about, and then he's coming. He's restructured his schedule so he can come to everything under the sun. So he is going to be at that event. But Jenna, if you do have a Sun Square Mars with him and you do get aggravated by him, I think we should include that in the storyline, and the lore.
He's a
Okay.
great speaker. He's a great speaker.
Yeah, totally.
How would you get around that in real life? Say he was Jenna's next door neighbor. Then what would you do?
You put a fence up.
Yep. I already have a fence, so that's perfect.
Well, what would you guys do? I mean, I have a million thoughts on that, but what would you guys do if you were in a fated fate relationship with him and you had a Sun Square Mars?
I mean, my husband natally has a Sun Square Mars, so I'm like, how does he vibe with that in his day-to-day life? I think, like, I'm not scared of synastry squares, so I feel like I shouldn't be scared of composite squares. Lean into the tension, get curious about it, be Gemini with it. Like, why is this tension coming up? What is it that's unhealed in me that is getting activated? What is it that's unhealed? Well, inviting him to reflect as well.
Is his Mars in Taurus?
His Mars is in Gemini.
Oh, in Gemini.
Well, and Alexander, I think that's what we do with astrological remediation is we take each case and we say, what do we want to do with this? If it was a love relationship and there's a Sun Square Mars, there might be fighting or aggression. And I think if it was being activated, you would want to get out of each other's auras, first of all. If you don't want to have a fight, you'd have to get out of each other's space. But I think you can use it, like you can play contentious games together. You can fight on the battlefield of a game. You can have repartee and debates. You can
and immutable signs. They could kind of like try to work it out. They could try to compromise or try to
I think sorry, go ahead.
The Mars is on our ascendant too.
Oh, interesting.
So I think it's going to be obvious.
I think for show business, it would make some good drama, right? Like that you all don't always see eye to eye, or there's some ego, something, and that would be fun and fine. I mean, I can talk to him about it too.
TV movie critics who often battle with each other, but are good friends off camera.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert.
Right. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, they were good friends, but they argued every show because it was good for ratings, for one thing.
Yeah. Jenna, do you see the Moon Jupiter Pluto trine, or is it like a Venus Pluto? Do you see that triangle?
Moon. I see it as Moon Uranus.
Okay, what about the Jupiter Pluto Venus? What's the nice triangle?
Yeah, Jupiter Pluto Venus.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Moon trine Uranus?
Yep.
Okay, those are cool. Okay, so I think there's enough good in that composite that that the Sun Square Mars could be fun.
It's interesting to look at Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
The South Node in Scorpio conjunct Pluto conjunct the marriage asteroid. Maybe you were like angry husband and wife in past life.
What were you gonna say, Alexander?
Oh, I was going to say it'd be a good thing to do when you're buying a house to see what your neighbor's chart is.
Yeah.
Totally. Jenna, I think also limiting how much time you spend in a 2-person room with him, like if you are feeling the Sun Square Mars, and maybe not having like 2-person hangouts with him could minimize the Sun Square Mars effect. I mean, you might want to use it. Let's say you needed to light a fire under yourself, or like you are bored and you want a little like, you could always hang out with him one-on-one, But I think, in the group we're doing less compositing and doing more group repartee. But if we do a 2-way, not to say it like that, but you know what I mean. But that's when the composite really comes out.
Yeah, it's interesting to, like, my experience with him the first time I met him was a group setting, and then we hung out one time one-on-one, and then I didn't see him for a while until Everything Under the Sun. And it was a very different vibe when it was all of us together last Thursday. And I was like, oh, this is like really actually kind of like, the more I get to know him, the more I'm like, oh, we can actually kind of have a little bit of banter that's like fun and lighthearted. But I know what you mean about like the dosing, just because I think we're very different people. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think with the Sun Square Mars, it can feel kind of a competition or like an attack. There's like an attack kind of vibe, and you don't want to be attacked. I don't know. I think anytime we bring someone new into the mix, we want to kind of look at the alchemy and how they're affecting everyone and make sure that we can all enjoy that. So.
That's sure.
Thank you.
He and I have a Moon-Venus conjunction opposed Mars at the 3rd degree. I think he and I are going to fight at the 3rd degree, but we're going to have fun. So we got him in. I got him in for the debate. I'm going to debate him during the debate week, and we were looking at all these different topics, like is black a color? Like we asked the party yesterday, like all these. So we're looking for debate topics, but. He wants to have a very structured debate, like not like a political debate where you talk over each other. He wants to do it where we each speak for 5 minutes and then we have a rebuttal, and like he wants to do it like real debate style. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Oh, that's real Saturn.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any objections to Canary being around?
No.
No, bring it.
No.
All right, Canary, if you're listening to this, get over here! Stop not being here!
Stop not being here.
What's wrong with you? Where are you? Okay. That's our call to Canary. Okay.
You're Canary.
Can
You're
we
sweet.
start spelling his name with an X is what I want to know. It's Canary.
How
Yeah,
did he come up with that name?
It was when he was on. He started hanging out online a lot because he was in a small town and he's very like liberal, progressive, and massively intellectual. So he started hanging out online, and he was like looking at people's names that they always have like these like. It's like a mean word with like a bird name, like dead fowl, or I don't know. He's telling me this, and so he decided to be Dread Canary. Because it's like a kind of paradoxical, so he's Dread Canary, but then he just shortened it to Canary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. That was always like band names too, like the Kitty Kill, or the like a Cute Fuzzy and a like really harsh.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
I did pull cards on it. It might be a little dark for me.
What is it? What did you get?
I got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Strength card reversed.
Dude, you shouldn't ask a random content generator about your future. That's my advice there.
Wait, you pulled cards on what?
Like how like the conclusion of well, it was basically for this meeting, but I was like, something for the production meeting that while we were in here, while we were talking about Canary, and I was like, oh, this is heavy.
So we're gonna have to discount it and manifest a better future.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'll stop reading cards in reverse because this is a nice spread the other way.
No, let's read it right side up. Let's change it to right side up.
Yeah.
Way better. Oh, so strong and prosperous. I love it.
There we go. That's what we need.
I never got that reversed thing.
Well, I don't even read this deck in reverse, and for somehow I flipped the deck over and pulled all three of them in reverse. So that's annoying.
Oh,
That's
it was
the problem is that you flip the deck over.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we're future controllers here.
That was
so creative writers.
Yeah, self-sabotage.
It was. I love this deck. I just got it.
What kind of deck?
It's this. So I went to buy a deck for my cousin who's still in the hospital, and of course I bought one for myself instead. But it was used and pre-loved, and it like literally almost jumped off the shelf at me, and I was like, excuse me, sir, can I have that deck for a second? And it was like hot coming over to me. And then I was like, well, I'm really here looking for a deck for my cousin who's a Scorpio moon, Capricorn sun. And he was like, that deck would be perfect for her. we also have it brand new. I was like, yeah, let's do brand new for her, used, hot, full of energy for me.
Dude, that's what happened is the previous person did the reading, and that's why you got the cards upside down.
That's what I was going to say too. Yeah. Like, it's like,
Well, I've done like 4 pulls from it already, so I am the previous person.
I don't understand that reverse thing either, because it's like, how do you do it without intentionally making some of them upside down? I don't get it. Yeah.
So, does anyone else have any production stuff for our first half an hour? Anything else scheduling wise or anything?
Wait,
Go ahead.
how'd your show go today, Jenna?
That's what I was gonna say. It actually went really well. We had like 5 people watching at our, well, the highest I saw was 5 people when we were going, and we had 2 people in the chat, and it was our first in a series on Series Asteroid, which is exciting. And then I had someone reach out to me who's my friend who was watching the recording, and she was very like, oh, that was so good. I'm so glad you guys are doing a series on this, like getting really in depth with it. So I think this might be like the universe being like, yeah, let's like doing series on things instead of just like one-offs might be more what Existential Side Quests is evolving into.
That's cool. Pastors do that. They'll do like a series on Genesis or a series on thing. They do that a lot.
Yeah. So when we have 3 series episodes that we planned. Today was the first one. And then I said to Kimber when we were just talking beforehand, I was like, what do you think about doing like a series versus Chiron episode at the end? So we might actually just spread it until I go to Greece and be like series jam. So see what happens.
Podcasters do that sometimes too.
Mhm.
2 or 3 on a topic.
Nice. Yeah, sorry I haven't been able to be there. I think I kind of scaffolded you guys, which is like, was there a lot at the beginning, and now that you're getting your sea legs, I'm just not there as much. I'm at work, so it's like I have to kind of really push to get over there, and so it's like, now that you guys are cooking, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. No, I think it's good. It's good for autonomy. Like we feel like we have our own little corner over there, so it's nice.
it's been cool how you're doing those videos by yourself too. I was watching the numbers on those. The astrology and adoption one initially got 0 views for a long time, and now it's up to 18 views. So people are going back and watching things. So I just heard from someone today who'd watched an episode we did a long time ago. So these things also stay up, and people will watch them later. So I think it's really cool that you're doing those solo shows too.
Yeah, part of it is that I started a blog a while ago on adoption stuff, and I was like, oh, I can't launch this until I feel like I have a lot there. So part of me is like, I'm excited to have like a backlog of like monologues on it, so that when I have somebody come to me, I'm like, oh, you can actually watch my channel and see all these reruns. Like there's going to be like a recording library for people to engage with.
Yeah, those playlists are really powerful, and you can share playlists, right? Like BAM, like, so yeah, that's really good. Okay, anything else?
Andy, that was fun that you and Shane playing Magic the Gathering. And Debbie, your son really knows his stuff about the cards.
Thank you. Yeah, he's good at that stuff. I taught him how to play chess, and I can't play chess with him. He's so good at it. He's
Yeah,
very.
they say Magic's as hard as chess.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very tactical. He's.
Jay-Z, my brother gave me a GoPro for a present, and so if you wanted to play, we could affix the camera up like that. Like, so I think we're gonna do a Magic Jam once a month, and it could be a battle jam if we all want to hang out and just talk about cards. We can do that, or we can play a game. Like somebody can play a game with somebody, and then the rest of us can watch.
I might show up and just watch, because you gave me a bunch of cards and we started to go through them, and then we stopped for some reason. So I need more.
If you want to go back and watch the game Shane and I played, I'm just super obnoxious the whole time, and Shane's really intellectual, so it's kind of funny.
Is that something that kids could go to? Because I did tell Jasper about it, and he was bumming that. I was like, you can't go without me, that's for sure. But
Oh, I think so. What do you think, Jay-Z?
Oh yeah, he could have like been in the chat and stuff. Yeah, sure.
He
Yeah.
loves Magic, and I'm trying to convince Sam to play you guys online. Like in my here is my best player. Go Pokemon.
I think I was thinking about this. If we all got GoPros, which are those cameras that we can put face down, we could all start playing Magic from. I mean, that would really take us forward a level on our Magic production side. Is because I think having Magic the Gathering is one of the things our crew does would be cool. And Jenna, we could teach you.
Yeah, I'm not that good. I know that land is important, and
Well,
I
you're
don't
just
have
getting
enough.
started.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
you.
that I keep finding cool cards and putting them in my deck, and then there's a low percentage of land, and then my deck doesn't work.
Well, that's deck building 101. We could do a show on deck building.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And
Yeah,
if Jason comes on, he could give you some tips on how to build it and everything. So the land is called mana, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah. That's all I know.
You're on your way, Debbie.
You're in.
All right, I'm taking Debbie on.
Yeah. There you go.
The blind leading the blind.
Well, or we could do it like each we could pair newbie plus advisor.
That's true.
But also, like, you don't need a GoPro per se. Like, you could use what I use is a webcam just pointed down, and then my laptop's camera. So either way, yeah.
We just all have to figure out how to way to show ourselves and then also show downward. Like maybe Shane and I'll have to use 2 laptops or something, one with a camera like this and one that where you can see us or something like that. I think it's one of those things. If we want to take ourselves forward as a crew, we could all figure out how we're going to play Magic online, because I think celebrities do a lot of playing Magic. You guys can look it up. Like they'll be like an actor goes and plays a game of Magic. I'm not saying we're celebrities, but I'm saying it's a thing that people do as their character in life. Is because playing Magic you can have a lot of personality, because you can respond to the cards that are coming out, or like there's just a lot you can do with a Magic game. Okay, so work on your mechanics for the Magic game. I'll work on mine for next month and try to up it a notch. Okay, anything else?
We could use OBS. That's what I use. When I show more than one camera at a time, and if anybody needs any tips on that, I could explain.
Could you explain that at the next production meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's.
Or the other thing is like, that'll be a good topic. How of like different ways we could do that. Like, it would be either get another laptop and then join with it, or use OBS or whatever. We could just talk tech.
Yeah, let's brainstorm Magic the Gathering tech next week. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, and we're ready for the clown, the Aries room. If anyone wants to clown with us in the Aries room, that's Friday at 4. What is it? 4? Let's see, 4/7?
I think so. Let me see.
Let me look.
Well, I have 8:30.
Oh, it's 5:30, 8:30. Okay, so
Yeah.
That's this Friday. Debbie, are you interested in doing the Aries room with us?
Maybe. That's the equinox, right?
Yeah, we're doing the Aries ingress, where the clowns are going to be in the Aries room.
Ooh. Okay.
And what it is we got red backgrounds. There is a certain sheet that we got from Amazon, so we could send you the link, and you could buy that sheet, so it looks like we're all in the same room because we have the same red background. And then we have red props and dress in red, basically, and stuff like that.
Andy, I had a further thought about the box of red stuff. Is we could have box of red stuff, and then we could pick items out and show it to each other, and the other would say yes or no if it was Aries.
Oh, interesting. But how would we convey that to the viewer? Because we're going to be silent clowns. There's going to be music underneath.
We could have, something that says Aries, yes or no, or put it on the Aries or not Aries side or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I'll make an Aries yes or no sign.
Yeah. And then we'd be teaching people, like, what we're trying to do is decide if this thing is Aries or not Aries.
Okay. Can we start a Discord chat about the Aries room, and then whoever wants to do it can be in that chat room?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Will you start that thread, or should I?
Yeah, should it be a whole new? Should it just be a thread in general, or should it be a whole different channel for theme rooms?
No, a thread, just like you have like all the threads.
composite tail.
Yeah, just like one of these things.
Like the composite chart one, or like the
Yes.
everything under the sun one?
Like everything under the sun one.
Oh, okay. So that's a channel, not a thread.
Okay, a new channel for it.
I like the way you do
A
that.
channel, not a
Make
thread.
it easy for me to find something I want.
Yeah, so let's do a channel.
Okay.
Yeah, that is nice, right?
And then I'm going to call it theme rooms because we'll use it for the Aries theme room right now, but then we'll keep using it for other ones.
So Debbie, Jen already knows this, but we're gonna do one every ingress. The clowns are gonna do that sign.
Okay.
So the clowns will be in the Taurus room next month, and then the Gemini room, and so we're gonna have boxes of props that are all things like I ordered red spray paint, so I'm gonna spray paint a bunch of stuff red. But I like that idea that we can have stuff that's red and then stuff that's not red, and like we can hold things up and we can like, or like, and we can also respond to the props like, or like I have a fire extinguisher, and I was like, you know, I can like spray you guys, and you can be like, kind of stuff like that, and there'll just be music playing underneath. We're going to try it. We might not go for the whole hour. We're just going to do it as long as we can, and then we're going to shut the room.
Okay.
It's an experiment. We're going to try it.
Red rooms. How are you doing red rooms?
Here, I'll show.
So now we dress up as our clown.
Like, look,
Aries version
a
of
pile
it.
of red stuff so far.
Oh, I see.
Not this.
But we have to get that sheet to Debbie so she can order it in time if she wants to do this.
And yeah, we got the same sheet off of Amazon that we're gonna hang the sheet in the background, so it'll be my camera will be here and it'll be red. And then I have all this. I have like a red wig. I've got a red hat. I've got some red Aries books. I've got like a red guitar, a red chessboard. So it's like the theme. It's going to be the theme is red Aries, but like all those things aren't very Aries. So maybe we were thinking we'd. What I was just saying was we could show each other the things, and then the other person could vote if it was Aries or not Aries.
Okay, Debbie, I'm going to text you the actual red sheet. We ordered it. It's $12 if you want to do this. If you don't, that's okay.
You know what? I'm thinking I might do it for the next time because I
Okay.
want to see how it goes.
Okay, so let us do it this time, and then we can all deconstruct how it went, and then we can all do it next time because maybe Jenna will want to do it next time too.
I'll be in Greece.
Oh, you'll be in Greece for the Taurus one? Okay. Okay, well, okay, let's just do it this week, and then we'll have Debbie maybe next month.
Yes, yeah. I want to get a flavor of how you guys going to do this.
Are you going to do your show from Greece?
No, we were going to take off the time. Kimber and I were going to do we were going to start with a 2-week break, but then we were like, let's do more like a month break so that we can get ahead of ourselves and like have everything planned out. We want to get new photos of ourselves. I shouldn't say better. We want to change our posture and stuff. So
I like that you
Rebrand.
had makeup on today. It was you look so pretty.
you know what? I didn't have makeup on today,
Really?
but I have to show you now that you mentioned this. We're going on a journey.
You look like you
Sam-
had mascara on there.
It's because Sam got us retinol, collagen, hyaluronic acid to uplift my skin.
Well, I want that now.
Forget it. It literally immediately worked. Like I'm immediately 10 times more beautiful, as you can see. I just started it yesterday, and you have to do it twice a day. So you have to like wash your face and then rub it in like this, in an outward motion. I was like,
How
oh,
does it feel?
it's good because it makes it like does some. It's acid, so it like makes your face red, and then it pulls like collagen producing. Sam knows it. I'm not good at this, but it like makes your skin start to smooth out. Like the bags under my eyes almost like immediately went away. I was watching it in the mirror as I drove, which was very safe.
Yeah.
But it was just like smoothing out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my entire new beauty routine.
Is
No,
putting
it is.
acid on your face.
Yeah.
Very Aries. We love it.
Yeah, I heard the screams. Ah!
All the way from Maine. Well,
Okay.
it's funny, he has like all these routines at night. He's a Taurus, Libra, and I'm always like, turn the light off.
All right, Jenna, do you want to teach us our thing for the next 23 minutes? We're going to start for the second half an hour of production meeting. We're going to start taking turns on the lesson because we want it to feel more like the team's in charge of the team and not like me in charge of the team. So we're going to start doing revolving lessons. So anyone who wants, Alexander, think about a lesson you would want to teach us in the second half an hour of one of these. Okay.
So what I thought we could talk about was the different formats that we engage here at Moira Press, because we have, of course, the live streams, and then we talk about doing things like field trips, like where we go to different places, whether that's virtually, like we went and saw Philip Graves lecture on Friday, and then we do live field trips, like when Andy came to Jay-Z's house and I drove down too, and like the UAC. But what I was thinking was, what does kind of like the container do within our message, or what type of different messaging or different types of productions do we have based on the container or based on the format? So kind of like, what are the natural strengths of each format? So we could have, for instance, live streams as well as live events gives us that real-time interaction with the crowd and with other people, whereas a recording that we then launch later or do all the editing to doesn't have that. However, that can have different, like the clear, like having a more polished look on things, or getting a little more Virgoic with it, where we can like be more nitpicky or have different opinions, like, oh, let's like change the filter, let's do this. So I thought that would be fun to discuss. So I'll start. So like for the live stream, it's like the energy of the live stream is more conversational, but it also has like an improv feel to it. So it's interesting to think about that from both talking things out, different topics, as well as like the debates and things like that, as well as like the improv side of things with, clowning or just like having fun with magic. Whereas a live event in person, I was thinking could potentially be a little bit more immersive, or have more of a potential energetic exchange, like when you're in person versus when you're virtual. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah, you mean like us each in our own box here in this style of event, but if we're all in each other's houses or more than one are in the same place, then it's more like the energy of the people together.
Yeah, like remember when you guys were on camera together in early January for Everything Under the Sun? I think it was for Everything Under the Sun. Like you guys were together, and so the energy, we could even feel the energy of that being different. That was kind of like a blended format where you guys were live together, but then we were all virtual too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, one difference that that I trip on is when we're in live events, we can feel each other's auras and smell each other and smell each other's breath. And on camera, we don't have those sensory inputs. So for me, like I can function a little bit better on camera because I'm not feeling people's auras. So I'm not like having that stim basically. But it's also fun to be in each other's auras and have that stim, right? Like it has a different flavor to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was interesting for me when we were all here in my kitchen and we had the camera like up on the stand over there and could see that we were all like milling around the same kitchen around this table. And I thought that was cool. And it was, I mean, it was probably cool as a contrast because it's like, whoa, they're in the same place, because it's like not used to that. And it was like, that was what was surreal, that we were all in the same space.
Yeah, I like the drama of closeness and separation. Like there's some drama around us being in the same spot.
You could fake it by all getting the same backgrounds.
And that was part of the intent of the Aries room and getting the same background for that, so that we would each be in our own place, but you could or couldn't tell that we were, yeah.
You would
And
look
maybe
like
we
you
can
were
use
all
this
together.
setting. We can use this setting.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
Yeah.
that? What is that setting? That is cool.
It's where it's like everything. I mean, you'll be able to tell that we're apart, but yeah, I do think dramatizing like us getting together in person and being like, oh, Moira Press is getting together, the crew's getting together. I mean, I think, but let's talk a little bit about the live stream versus real. Okay, so the live stream reminds me of this bar I used to go to, Kenton Club, and it was like you'd sit on this back patio and you'd hang out with your friends, and regulars would come in and out, people would come in and out. And part of the excitement of hanging out there is you didn't know when your friends were going to show up or not. And that's the live stream feel, is like we're there at the table, we're talking, we're doing our thing, and oh, your friend might show up. Now Debbie's here. Now Alexander didn't come to the chat, but like, so I feel like it has that Cheers vibe of like someone that you, and then also there's the random,
Crazy!
or there's the random people, like when YouTube Police showed up. We didn't know him, but that was really fun because and that what used to happen at the bar. You'd be sitting at the patio, and all of a sudden, some weird person would show up and start talking to you. And so, I think the live streams have a kind of local bar feel to them online.
And you're talking, Andy, when people show up, they're showing up in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could, if you use the same background, you could also fake it. Like you could be talking to each other. Andy, could you hand me my drink? Thank you.
Yeah, we could do
I
that
like
on
that.
purpose.
Yeah.
We could here. Let me hand Jenna my drink right now because she's next to me.
Oh, I dropped it.
Other side, though.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. I don't like this. You can take it back. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to see my new tarot deck here, JC?
Whoa, cool.
Oh, it changed color.
So I think if we were in together in real life, when we went to the local bar at Jay-Z's house, that had the live stream effect of now we're all hanging out as a crew and other people can interface with us. When we do a closed room, when we film in a closed room, that would be like you're in a closed room with somebody and no one's going to show up. That's a very different feeling than a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever find it distracting to have either the view count or the comments and stuff like that in the live stream? Do you think that that's distracting to the point that it does anything to the overall message?
No, I like the comments and keeping an eye on the comments and typing at people when they come in. I think because there are enough of us, then if one person is typing in the chat, it's not distracting for the rest of the audience. If it were just like two people or one person who stopped and then it would be disjointed. But I think when there's a good blend of people.
That's true.
I also have to say on this platform, I kind of don't like that I can't maximize the window to make it bigger and still see the comments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind
I
of
keep the windows small for that same reason. You lose the comments.
Yeah. The real estate isn't that great on this, the way they lay this out. I don't really think I need to see that you're in the show business.
So Jenna,
Yeah.
I think like when we do closed videos like morning routine and let the dogs out, that's your morning routine. But basically that's a nice monologue where someone's not going to interrupt you, right? Like you're not distracted by interruptions and you get to control the whole what happens, right? I think we lose a little control when there's people in the chat, and that's what's fun about it is we're not, so I think controlled production versus open production could be a choice we make depending on what we want to have happen. Like, for example, with me and Shane playing a Magic game, we didn't really let people into the room because we don't want people to interrupt the game because that would kind of interrupt the content that is being produced. But for the battle jam, we're all in the room just talking about cards, and that's a totally different event. And so, but having people in the chat of the game was perfect because it would be like what that is at Magic tournaments. You'll play a game and people gather around the table and chit chat about the game. That's what the chat was doing there.
My follow-up question was going to be, how can the formats feed each other rather than competing? And I feel like you're already naturally going there, like with the two different styles within Magic, where it's like there's a venue for this and then a venue for that, and it's like, oh, you wanted to communicate more, we left you kind of wanting to come to the battle jam and be even more present.
Mhm.
So that's nice. But like thinking about how the formats can feed each other versus how would formats compete with each other if we were kind of to venture down that path. But I do like what you said about the monologues too, where it's definitely going to be harder to look at the chat if we were to ever do any sort of, like when I did the monologues on adoption and astrology, I definitely couldn't have considered what people were hypothetically saying in the chat, because then it would have just kind of been dead air while I was reading and thinking. So yeah,
you can open up the room and ignore the chat too. Like that's the thing. It's like you can sit there and talk at your table and people talk to you, just ignore them. I mean, I think it's all, but one of the things I want to kind of add to your equation here is we should think if we all lived in the same town and we were doing something that was fun, like sitting at the bar and letting people come in and out of the room, how can we mimic that experience in the online format? And so I think for like we're saying that the live stream, we're letting people come in and we're like mimicking that bar feeling. So if there's an event we did in person, like the barbecue, like, okay, I'm just using that as an example. How could we mimic the barbecue online? I mean, I don't know that we could, but that's a good exercise to think about how to render it to this format.
I really like the bar analogy, and I'm trying to come up with, because like when you have a group of people and then someone else joins, like there is that kind of like we're doing right now, like a conversation between the entire group, but then sometimes there's that natural like pairing off, like maybe Debbie and Alexander will go have a conversation and Canary and Andy will go have a conversation, and that's not something that we can really do on a live stream. However, with the chat, like sometimes a couple of us are talking away, and sometimes Jay-Z, I see you do it kind of a lot, like making the most of the time, like you'll jump into the chat and kind of like talk to the crowd. So that kind of does mimic the idea of like at a bar, there might be multiple, or a live event in general, there might be multiple side conversations going on at once.
Yeah. Also in a bar, people could sort of show up and you might not even notice right away. They would just like get a beer and sit down and just eventually be part of the group or whatever discussion is going on.
Yeah, which is like when we got a viewer, but they're not chatting yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, is because they're at the bar, if they come and sit down, like you can feel them in the circle or you see them because you see them. But online, unless somebody says something, you don't even know they were there. So there is this weird difference there that like lurkers are invisible.
The auras are weaker on live streams.
I do like that idea of us all having the same background. I think that's a great idea, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like authenticity? Like where do you feel like people are most authentic, on a live stream or at a live event or in edited videos?
Wow.
Oh, I guess it depends how you define authentic.
I guess like being unfiltered.
Well, unfiltered live, because editing is by necessity a filtering of, action, right? But if you're talking about people showing who they think they authentically are, edited might be more like they're showing who they see and can edit out other parts that they don't think represents them as well.
Right. I think there's a self-awareness here that doesn't happen when you're in a bar.
Yeah.
Because people are aware of what they're saying and that we're on a video and a lot of people are seeing it. And if you're sitting in a bar with 4 people, 5 people at a table, you're not worrying about that, and until you start dancing on the table with a lampshade on your head.
Do you think that could be a hurdle rather than a benefit for something like this, like where we're making plans and producing? So if we're like editing ourselves because we know that this is live, or are we editing ourselves?
Well, yeah, that was like the effect with the can we show charts. I think we had to hit that. We hit a hurdle there of like, oh no, we talk about charts and someone's upset about it. That person's not really going to be great in this format. Like, maybe live. That person actually comes to barbecues, but they might not come back on live. And I think we have to filter people out for this format. Like you almost have to be vetted to get in here and really do well online.
Mm.
How did I get in here? But the it's also the group. So I feel like everyone here is really authentic, and I feel like I'm seeing you. And that's because we do this. So it has to evolve, I think. The authenticity has to be revealed or not revealed, depending on who it is.
Well, Canary was saying that his friend was telling him he should be an online personality. And I was like, well, start with us. And he's like, that's my plan. And it's like he wants to be an online personality. So we're a great venue for him. But for people who are like, I don't know about being online, it's just like, don't come hang out with us because you're going to kill our vibe. It's like,
Yeah.
So, but what's cool is we can only get 10 people in this room anyway. Like there's our core is like 6 or 7 people already. And so we're growing and we only have room for 10.
So you can't, in this, whatever it's called, something stream, you can't put any more than 10.
But I think
Why
if it's
not?
more than 10, they would water down the conversation.
Yeah, I was
Well,
going to
that's what
say it's
they're
going to
gonna-
muddle everything.
And I think what's going to happen if we want to mimic the barbecue here, it would be 10 of us on screen and a bunch of people in the chat. That's like a rager on live stream.
Mm.
Yeah. We could just turn on a sound effect in theater. It's called Walla Walla. You just put Walla on of people in a bar talking in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a little bit like that, but less dramatic. You're not pushing them off the cliff.
Yeah,
Just
I want to get
Narwhal.
back to the implicit question there, Alexander, of are we self-censoring? And
Yeah.
I don't really, I don't think I am self-censoring too much. Like, I feel when we started being online, it was, well, also I was smoking weed and drinking, which was also making everything technically harder. And then it was harder for me to know what to say and how to calibrate and to get everything quote unquote right. But now, like, I don't feel pressured or uncomfortable or that I'm censoring. I mean, I guess there are some things that I don't talk about because, they're more personal, but I think mostly everything is in the realm of like, I talk about my experiences and my feelings, and even if I don't say all the details, they're like emotionally true.
But you wouldn't do that at a bar either. I mean, there's, I think we are authentic, all of us here.
Well, I think we all have charts that are kind of open books. It's like you have to be kind of an open book person to enjoy living online, I think. But Jesse, we worked up to that. We spent months talking about what you should show on and offline before we really went online. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also, I was coming off of a job where I couldn't even be on social media. So there was a lot of like repression there that I had to kind of bust through for sure.
It's a muscle. Like, it took me a long time to feel okay living online. Like, even Jenna, the FBI thing, it's like that freaks a lot of people out, that who might be watching and stuff like that. It's a muscle you build. Like, I don't know. It's like testing what happens when you do XYZ and then watching the blowback and testing it and testing. It's like after a while you're like, people care about this, they don't care about that. So I think there's also something to be said for if someone's really cool and we want them to be in this venue with us, we might have to work with them to produce them a little bit. And I think that's real too. It's like development.
Yeah, and not to judge either of the circumstances. Like, I legit could not be online with my other job, and now I work for a company where I can be online, and I'm not gonna get negatively impacted at work or in the world because of it. So it's sometimes like legit that people just won't be able to.
It's interesting to think about working up that muscle and like whether it's an intentional workup or if it's something like I'm reflecting back and thinking like I just saw you guys go live on Everything Under the Sun and was like, what's up? And just jumped on. And so I'm like, did I not prep at all? But then I'm like, no, I've done stand-up comedy. I've been a speaker at lots of very large AA meetings. Not that that's like intentional training, but it's like, you're still in front of a crowd and it's something that you kind of have to be okay doing.
Well, you're Sun in Leo in the 5th house. I think you're made to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like a leap from your temperament. Like you leapt into your temperament,
It's interesting though, because I am terrified to play music in front of people. But for some reason, singing or talking is not a big deal. Although Moira Press has been really good for me especially Billy nights, to just like let loose of that and just be okay with whatever comes out.
Hey, this is a really good conversation. Hey, before we close, one of the things I want to drop down on the table, since Jenna brought up different formats, is what we could do at UAC? Moira Press party in one of our rooms, and we could make flyers and hand them out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, let's do that.
When is that?
September.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
But like, as far as like, we can't have a barbecue online, but we can totally mimic the barbecue idea of just getting people together to just sober party. We should have a sober rager in our room.
I hope there's going to be time to like socialize, because I am planning to go to the conferences.
Oh, yeah, at night there'll be parties and socialize. You will totally socialize.
Yeah, right. Totally. Yeah.
Are you going to go to the Art Institute, Jay-Z?
Oh yeah, I lived in Chicago for a little bit, and
you told me
all the time. Yeah.
You studied Bauhaus, right?
I did. I studied the foundational courses. It's true.
So you might go to the Art Institute when you go to Chicago?
I don't know. Maybe. Would it make you happy?
It would. It would make me happy that you were in that art space.
Excellent. Well, you can come.
It would make me happier if I was there, but
yeah,
it'd make me happy if you went.
All right. Noted.
Fly out, Alexander.
Yeah, you can stay in my room.
By that time, you might be bringing Melvin or whatever his name is. Norman, that's right. And he could go to the Art Institute while you were in your conferences.
Jay-Z's not going to the conference.
I'm not going to the conferences. I'm sitting at the table, though.
Oh.
Debbie, are you going to go to lectures?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I was like, it's just me and Kimber.
I think having the attitude like, I'm not going to this conference is going to get you kind of in trouble. Like, you might want to be like, I'm there at the table, because it's so.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's why I'm saying. Yeah. That's my job. I got to
be at the table.
I have a function and a purpose, and it's to be at the Moira Press table, and then I'm going to interact with lots of people. It's going to be fun.
We all have our thing that we're going to be doing. It's good.
All right. Thank you, Donna. That was wonderful. And if we want to start a thread or a room or a channel about this in the Discord, I would love that. That would be great. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.